Let me hear what you have to say. Well, hey everybody. Thank you so much for joining to hold on one second. Let me hear what you have to say. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Kick Back with Carrie. Hoping you're having a good day so far. Well, a good evening, actually. It is May 20th, 2024. Welcome and thank you so much for joining. Hoping you guys can hear me. Hey, Lady E, welcome. And Vibrant Lull was here earlier on. Hey, Vibrant Lull. Okay, so today on Kick Back with Carrie, we're going to be talking about red flags in a relationship. Now, it could also be red flags that Oh, I said May. Oh my God. Thank you, Vibrant. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Kick Back with Carrie. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your company. We are in the month of March. I can't believe I said May. So it's March 20th, 2024. Thank you so much, Vibrant. Okay. So what do we do on Keep Back with Carrie? We keep back and we talk about just about anything. Relationship stuff, stuff about your friendships. It could be anything in your family. It could be anything. We're just going to talk about it. Okay. You can always click the link. I already dropped the link and I'm going to pin the link shortly if you would like to be a part of the conversation. And for those who prefer to be in the chat, you can stay in the chat and give us your opinions. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. And hey to you, Foot Soldier. Hey, everybody coming in and welcome, Lady E. All right. Well, because our topic today is red flags in a relationship, as well as red flags while dating. We're going to see if we could point out a few of them, right? How many of you have ever, and you could think about when you were much younger and you were dating, you know, whether it's your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever it was at the time, what are some of the things that you noticed about that particular person that says, I don't think I should continue in a relationship with this person? We call those things red flags. Okay. Now, red flags, you can treat them as a regular, you know, like you'd see the red light, when you're driving. You got to stop, you have to, pipe down a little bit. So, red flags are essentially warning signs that indicate that whatever relationship you're in or whoever you're talking to, the behavior that they are displaying may be unhealthy. Let's put it that way. Hey sis, welcome. Thank you for passing through. Okay. Right. So those are red flags. Red flags are not normally something that you can recognize, at first glance. And that is one of the reasons why it is so dangerous, because if we leave them, and not take note of them, it becomes more problematic over a period of time. So you have to be very careful. Okay. So when we're dating or in a relationship, we have to look out for those red flags. Okay. Red flags actually make you try to figure out if this person is right for you. So while you're dating, while you're courting, whatever it is, you have to look out for these signs, even though they may not be immediate, right? But they help you figure out whether or not you should stay clear of someone. Okay. All right. One of the first red flag that I want to talk about is if this person talks about their ex a lot. Have you ever seen that happen? You are, in a relationship with someone and you notice every opportunity this person gets, they talk about their ex. Oh, my ex used to do this. My ex does that all the time. And I'm like, well, why exactly are we talking about your ex? Why do I have to hear about your ex so often? Is it that you're trying to make your former partner look bad and you don't want to show us why your relationship, met a demise? Vibrant Low says, okay, Vibrant says that's a no. Oh, it's not a red flag. Ooh, it's not a flag. Vibrant is like, next. Okay. All right. So that there goes another one when you think about the fact that your partner consistently speaks about their ex. It's all good and well that you talk about your ex partner. Situations may come up, instances come up, and you talk about them. But if you've broken up, you've broken up, you know? And sometimes they don't want to show what role they played in the relationship going downhill. So they'll talk so badly about their ex. Okay. If you're always the one who broke up, ooh, this is making me look bad. Hold on. I was about to say, I was about to say that if you are always the one leaving the relationship, maybe you're the problem, but oh well. I tend to walk away a lot. Let me not. Oop, 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 oop. Anywho, so we've spoken about one red flag so far, and that one is if your partner speaks about their ex all the time. Because guess what? It could mean that they are not over the breakup. Okay. So if they're highly critical of their ex, but they can't tell what they did, that is a red flag. Okay, sis. I'm just, when it comes to certain things, I'm a no nonsense type of person. If I've told you a few times that I don't like something and you don't want to pay attention to that, why am I still talking to you? It means you have no respect for me. I can move along and you can move along. I don't like wasting time. That's pretty much me, you know? Okay. Hey, new biology. Thank you for passing through. Okay. All right. So here goes another red flag that I, you know, think is something worth mentioning. If they are always jealous. Are they always jealous? If you are in a relationship and your partner is always jealous, you can't talk to anyone without them, coming over by you and saying, oh, you know, who is that? Why are you talking to that person? If they tend to ask you a lot of questions, especially if they ask you about your previous partners and so on, if they are a tad bit too jealous, it is not a good sign for you. Mm-mm. And especially, and this does not only apply to those who are already in a relationship, well, what is considered a serious relationship, especially when you are dating that person and you're getting to know that person. The moment you start seeing that that person exhibits this type of quality, it is time for you to start, side eyeing them. These questions may be cool and all, they show you some people. Do you know that some people like when their spouses are jealous? They feel loved. Hey, Auntie Donna. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey to those in the clouds. Hey to everybody. While some of these questions may be seeming like normal and it's like they want to know about you and it shows like they care. Uh-uh. If it becomes too intense, if it becomes excessive, it's a form of control. And you got it. There goes that. There you go. Sis said it. Jealousy is not good. It's a form of control. Exactly. And some people tend to think that it's so cool that the person, is always being jealous of you. And they want to know why you're doing this, who you're talking to, why are you talking to, and gets upset that you talk to people. That is not good. It's them controlling who you talk to or who you can be around. You know, that is not a good sign. It may seem like the person is interested in you, but it's not a good sign. Vibrant says, run, run for the hills, girl. Run for the hills. Vibrant says jealousy indicates an imbalance of sorts mentally. You're right. Run. And if you talk to them and you don't see no changes after that, run for the hills. You hear me? All right. I forgot to pin the link. I'm gonna have to try doing it. Okay. Another one is love bombing. This goes hand in hand with this whole jealousy thing. I have seen instances of this. Well, yeah, on reality shows. I've seen it. I've experienced it hmm, once, and that was a very long time ago. Whenever like little arguments come up or stuff, you'll be seeing a lot of gifts coming by, you know, or it's all good and well if they're surprising you with stuff, flowers and all of that stuff. But when they keep doing it a lot and it's just excessive, it makes you wonder, what is it that you're trying to cover up? What are you trying to prove when it's just a little bit too much? Has that ever can you get too much stuff? Dang, I don't know. Do you guys remember even what's her name? Risa Tisa. Just recently we were watching those 50 odd episodes of Risa Tisa talking about what's his name, I forgot the name she gave him. It's something close to Satan, I don't know. Legend, Legion, whatever his name was. She was talking about how many times he just kept giving her stuff. That was also him love bombing her too, sucking up, right? Always. Girl, Vibrant, we are on the same page. You hear me? For some people, yeah, Legion, thank you. For some people, they will love bomb you. They'll give you a lot of flowers, chocolate, expensive gifts if they can. It is love bombing, especially if it's in the early stages of that relationship. Shit. She said she never watched those episodes. When they continuously, love bomb you, it's like they're trying to trap you as quickly as possible. And you find this happening in the early stages of a relationship. Check it out. Check it out. When they love bomb you and tell you how much they love you ever so often, every chance they get, especially when you're just starting the relationship, and every second they are trying to give you stuff, it's like they're trying to move really fast because they're trying to trap you with the gifts they give you. And some people are blinded by that. They think, this is what is to come in the relationship. No, girl, it's a trap. Okay, it's a trap. They are trying to trap you in the relationship as quickly as possible before they actually let you see what their real true colors are. You hear me? Okay. They just want you to be, all caught up in the gifts and stuff. So you turn a blind eye to who they really are. So it may be flattering to you, guys, but if they come on too strong, it means that this person is trying to trap you and control you in the relationship. Vibrant says, boy, bye. You don't love me. You don't even know me. Boy, bye. Welcome, Caramel Latte. And welcome to everyone coming in. You can always feel free to drop down in the chat and let us know what you think about the sign. Do you have any other signs? Vibrant, we're on the same page, girl. I may be soft and mushy, but at the same time, I don't have the tolerance for bull. Okay? I can't. And I see through you so quickly. You know? Another red flag in the relationship or, when dating is when the person is moving way too quickly. Have you ever been in a situation with someone and they just want to move so quickly and dive? And this brings me back to Risa Tisa. They were moving so quickly. I'm almost sure she said they moved in together in a matter of 2 weeks. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. She dated the guy, and within 2 weeks, he moved into her house. Girl, 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 you were desperate, but we're not going to go there. Whenever another red flag is moving too quickly in the relationship, right? Or even if you're dating, yes, we just spoke about the love bombers, but then you have those who are so addicted to the whole idea of being in love, they may have just left out of a previous relationship a short while ago, and they just like the idea of being in love. So they'll go and, go into a whole nother relationship very quickly. It's not necessarily that they're looking for love or, they just like the idea of being in love, if you feel what I'm saying. Right? So it's not that they have, taken enough time to find out about the person that they're with. Nah, they just like the idea of being in love. So they move really fast. Hope you're having a good night, Latasha. Let me see. I didn't see this one. If you're late, I leave the house. When you come for me, I'm not waiting. I'm gone. Vibrant. Ah. Here goes another red flag. Not introducing you to their friends or family. Do you agree with this? Not introducing you to a friend or family. Is that a red flag? If you have been dating someone for a while, and let us say, I'll give it 6 months, I'll give it a year. If they do not introduce you at any time to their friends or family, whether it's on the phone, whether it is using any other type of media, or whether you can meet the family in person, if they don't think you're good enough to meet their friends or family, girl, he doesn't want you. Okay. He doesn't want you. Oh, Caramel says, let me see. Caramel says, I hate love bombers. They are the worst. And yes, most of them are narcs, girl. Most of them are. Sis says, oh, yeah, you need to meet the family. At some point, you need to meet the family. But how long after dating someone do you think it's okay to meet the family? I'd say between 6 months to a year. Maybe a year. Hell. You should be able to know if you want to be serious with somebody after at least 6 months. Don't you think so? Caramel says they are married or they may be dating someone else in mind. True. Talent says Vibrant Love. You are the dating drill sergeant. You know what? I find that when you do that, you don't end up wasting your time with people who mean you no good. That's how I see it. So you just weed them out real quick so you don't waste their time. Vibrant Love says 6 months to a year and I haven't met anybody. Bye. You are hiding something or someone. Yeah, girl. We are on the same page, Vibrant. Okay. It is not like you're dating and you want to see some family members with, let us say, within the first month or two or whatever. But if you've been seeing each other for a long time, it's only natural that you would want to know, well, how's your mom? Where's your mom? Haven't met them. You know, what is the reason why you're keeping them away from me? Is there a real reason? Does it also mean that you're not interested in a serious relationship? Like, what's the reason why I don't know your family? And even if I haven't met your family, how come I don't know none of your friends? The hell? Why don't I know? I haven't even seen one of them in passing. What is the reason? Is it that your friends know that you have somebody else? What's going on? Okay. It has to be something. Okay. Vibrant Love says, I'm just comfortable by myself, so you better be worth my time. Girl, don't I feel you on that? I do not like wasting my time. Vibrant says, next. This says, it's also important to see the family dynamics because if you stay with him, you get the family also. Girl, that package, girl, you have to see what you're working with because you do not want to take. It's unfortunate that the person may be really cute, really sweet, they have, most of the qualities that you desire in a relationship, but then God almighty, if they have some rambunctious, I don't even know the right terminology to use right now, if they have some family members, we would call them crosses people. Crosses, like all crosses. You want to stay far from them because you're going to be essentially marrying into that shit or having to deal with them. And if they don't respect each other, for real though, you would really need to see how they move, the dynamics with their family, because then you'll also see how he would treat you and your family too. Vibrant Love says, an old wives' tale says, pay attention to how a man treats his mother. There you go. Because then you'll know how he'll treat you. That is so right. What type of respect he has for you as a woman, you know? Yeah. Another one, and I think I saw this mentioned earlier on in the chat, gaslighting. Gaslighting. If the person you are dating it gaslights you, that is an issue. That is a serious red flag. You hear me? That is a serious red flag because gaslighting is when your partner manipulates you. They make you question yourself, like sometimes thinking that you're wrong in how you feel about stuff. They minimize how you feel, like your feelings doesn't matter. If you are in a relationship where your spouse makes you feel as if your emotional well-being is not important, where it makes you feel like you have to question yourself and question memories of events that you know happened, or if there's stuff happens, he or she will try to blame you and make you second guess yourself, child. Mm-mm. You have got to run for the hills. If they minimize your feelings all the time, it shows that they don't respect you enough, and that is a red flag. Okay. Vibrant. Not the YouTube family from hell, okay? Right. So gaslighting. If you got a spouse who gaslights you, start backing away. Okay. I have seen some stuff on here, especially. Um, I don't know if Mr. William is in the clouds, but he came and he spoke about this also, about the situation where the person he was in a relationship with online at the time, they were very jealous of him. They would talk about the chats that he goes to. Why did you talk to so and so? Why are you on this panel with so and so? Why did you say this to so and so? So they were extremely jealous, according to him. And that was a red flag. Okay. We could use so many examples of different relationships we see on here. The red flags, they are right there. But some people tend to not to want to pay attention to them. It doesn't mean that the red flags don't exist. Okay? If you find that the person you are with has an issue with with substances, if they participate in if if the person you're with abuses certain substances, you see them using it all the time. They depend on it, to do their daily activities. They cannot eat, sleep, function without using certain substances. You know that is a problem. Once you realize that they engage, I can't, my princess, a lot, the lies. Okay, if you are dating someone or if you're in a relationship with someone and you realize that they depend on substances to go through their day, to do regular stuff, routine stuff, you know, just to go through the day, you want to be very careful because you never know what them abusing that substance, how it could turn out for you, because it can become a toxic relationship. Their addiction in itself is an issue and they need help. You, on the other hand, may not be able to provide them with the type of help they need. So you have to be very careful. That is a very, very brightly colored red flag. You hear me? And it also means that the person is unable to control themselves. Let's put it that way. So they're struggling with impulse control. All right. So another red flag is substance abuse. Now, why would you want to go into a relationship with somebody who is in who has a substance abuse issue? Like, what are you planning on doing when you get in that relationship? You're going to always be worried about what that person's addiction may how it may affect you, how it may affect if you decide to have children. You know, you have to encourage them to get help. There's no way you can knowingly see that somebody has, some type of struggle with staying away from different substances and you still want to be with them. You got to think about what you're doing to yourself and potentially children that you're going to have, or your family, or children you already have. So you have to be very, very careful because if they need help with impulse control, you're going to have to, you know, encourage them to go seek the type of help they need. Another red flag. Hey, Kaki. Good to see you. You are so right, sis. You cannot change people. It doesn't matter how you feel. You cannot change people. You may think you can. You cannot change them. They have to want to change, and it's all up to them. You know? Addiction is a big red flag. I agree with you. Mm-mm. Good to see you, Kaki. Welcome everybody coming in. I appreciate you for passing through. Um, Another red flag is if the person you are dating or in a relationship with lacks emotional intelligence. Woo! Don't we see a lot of people over here with who lacks that? Well, if the person that you are dealing with or in a relationship doesn't care about you and your emotional well-being, I think I said this already. If they lack emotional intelligence, you cannot communicate with them effectively, you know, if you have a lot of conflict and they don't care about your feelings, you know, they can't seem to understand why you feel a certain way about certain things and they think that only their feelings matter, that is a clear red flag right there, you know? So if they cannot see or pick up on some of your feelings, how you feel about stuff, and understand and empathize with you at any point, and they just think that they're always right, it's time for you to keep moving. Okay? Get away from them. Thank you for reminding me, guys. Please remember to like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Feel free to drop in the chat to talk about it. And if you find other red flags that you want to highlight, let me know. As well as I think I pinned the link earlier on if you'd like to click the link to speak on any red flags that you may have experienced in a relationship or a past relationship. Let me know if you want to share some red flags that you experience. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, thank you. You are so right, Vibrant. Yep. Woo. Okay. Another red flag is I think I mentioned this one about family or friends, but this part in particular, if it is that your spouse is, you know, always trying to find ways to have you stay away from your family and your friends, that's a red flag. I know somebody who did this. I know of someone. They tried everything. Well, not someone. I know two people actually. When they got in a relationship with one of them was married to, and that guy, he did there we go, Vibrant. It's like he was holding her hostage. It's like he didn't want her to be around her family much. And every time she wanted to go around her family, he would want to go so he can, always be there, like, saying he's ready, or he wanted to watch what she was doing and make her feel uncomfortable. And I was always wondering to myself, like, how do you sit in a relationship like that and feel comfortable? How? Hey, Ronnie Q. How do you sit in a relationship like that, knowing that the person you're in a relationship with does not want you to have a close relationship with your family? Or they go out of their way to make sure that you stay away from your family, your sisters, your brothers. That again, of course, it's control. And he or she is a narc. That is crazy. A healthy relationship should never come at the cost of your relationships with your family. So if you have a healthy relationship with your family, you should not allow the person you are dating to take that away from you. Never ever allow somebody you are dating to mess up the relationship you have with your family. Okay, that is a major red flag. Okay, another red flag is if this person that you are dating or this person you're in a relationship verbally or physically abuses you. I have heard people say, or I have heard people say, this is quite unfortunate. He didn't mean it. It's just one time he hit me. He didn't mean it. And oh, he apologized after. Girl, boy. And this doesn't apply only to the females, to the males too. If she hits you, she's like that and she's physically abusive to you and she knows, you won't want to hit women or whatever, that is a clear red flag. You hear me? It's not only for the females, it's for the males too. If you have a woman and she gets upset all the time and she hits you and all of that shit, throws things at you, you know, that is a clear sign you do not want to be around this person. Because if they are willing to hurt you, you don't need to be around them. You hear me? That is dangerous behavior and that is an immediate red flag. The physical abuse, never ever think that somebody loves you when they hit you. Some people mistake that for love. He hit me because he loved me, and you try to find excuses. Oh, he did. It's just because I shouldn't have said that to him, or I shouldn't have said that to his mom, or something. And then you try to find excuse for the physical abuse. It may start off small, but it can get worse. You hear me? It can get progressively worse. So you have to be careful about that. Verbal abuse is another thing. Any form of violence, whether it is physical or verbal, is an immediate red flag. And you have to start figuring out whether or not you want to stay in a relationship like this, where you may be physically harmed, or you'll constantly be verbally abused. Because guess what? Relationships have their ups and downs. People will disagree. You guys may have disagreements often. It's fine. But at the same time, if it escalates to any form of abuse, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, whether it's verbal, you do not need to stay in that relationship, because you are not going to be happy. If it happens one time, it will happen again. If he hits you one time, he'll hit you again. If she hits you one time, she'll hit you again. Chances are somebody may end up in the hospital, somebody may end up in the J JALE. I can't even spell that incorrect shit. You don't want to be locked up behind bars because you were defending yourself. You don't want to get hurt in a relationship. You are right, Vibrant. Disagreeing does not involve abuse. Exactly, Ronnie Q. It can take you out. So do not play those types of games. A red flag in a relationship is if somebody is physically, emotionally, or verbally abusive. And like if they did it one time, they'll do it again. And it can get worse each time. You hear me? That is true, Vibrant. There are some people who they just love being abused. And it's unfortunate that I have to say it that way. Maybe they have some psychological issues. I don't know. I am not the type of person to, I don't know, but what would make you want to stay? But then again, it depends on the situation. Some people want to be in, some people they just like the idea of knowing they're with someone. We've heard one particular person on here speak about that the person who they were dating was abusive towards them, and they still went and got married to that person. So like I said, some people just want to be in a relationship. I'll put it that way. They just like the idea of being in a relationship. Some people might say, "Oh, I'm getting older. You know, I'm gonna overlook that for now. He'll change. We'll talk about it. No bueno. You are so right. And if they're always degrading you, it's time to step away. Love should not hurt. Okay. Love does not involve abuse. Vibrant says perhaps it's what they're used to, who knows. And then you have some who are afraid, to tell their family or their friends because they've always been showing this, putting this face on the person who is in the back with that who clicked the link. Do not let me tell you what to go and do with your mom. Okay. The person who clicked my link a while ago with that name, and I don't know what they think they were going to do, don't let me tell you where to go push something, where to go fist yourself. Okay. All right. Anywho, let me continue reading. You lack self esteem if you allow someone to abuse you. It means you also need help. That is true. I don't know who that was. God, there's some real weirdos out here. I remember the weirdos used to click my link. It's okay, weirdos. There are other places for you to go. Right now, we're just kicking back. Okay, weirdo? You wanted to pee bomb my. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Somebody clicked my link a while ago. I'm praying for peace for you. Hope you have a good night, whoever that was. Have a good night. I'll give you that much. I can't. I don't have time for negativity right now. So let me move on. Let me move on. Another red flag is if you're with someone and you find out that they are not being honest. I don't want anybody to tell me, "Oh, it's okay. People lie sometimes. What is wrong with a little white lie?" Shit. If you got to lie to me, it means you don't respect me at all. Now, why would we be building a relationship and you be trying to figure out ways to be dishonest? And the dishonesty can come in many forms, whether they are not telling you things you need to know, whether they're hiding stuff like, their financial issues with you. We've seen instances of that where people, they be having issues with, you got addicts who just, they will gamble your money away, stuff that you have to take care of, your bills at home and all of that stuff. If you are one of those liars, if you are one of those persons who are dishonest and I can't trust you as far as I can see you, we cannot stick, we cannot stay together. Okay. Another red flag. If you are in a relationship and that person does not respect your time, that's a red flag. If they don't respect what you have to do, whether it is work related, whether it is, you have plans to get something done at a particular time, they don't call you, they don't cancel with you, they don't tell you, "Oh, I can't make it anymore," or "I'm going to be late." All of those types of stuff, you know. If you're in a relationship and that person does not respect your time, they do stuff last minute, you know, or they, "Oh, we can do this another time." It may seem like, "Oh, that's not nothing to worry about." Boy, bye. You are going to respect my time and I will respect yours. Another one is if the person does not respect your boundaries. You ask them not to do something and they continuously do it, it means they don't respect you. If you say you don't like something or you don't agree with something they want and they continuously push you, especially for, if they're making sexual advances, you know, even for relationships that you're just new to the relationship and you're telling them some of the stuff you don't agree with or you don't want done to you, and they continuously push on you and they're convincing you to agree with what they want, that is a red flag. If they do not respect your boundaries, that is a red flag. Okay, I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to wrap it up. Another red flag is if your partner is unable to resolve conflicts. hmm What do you if every single time you guys have a, you know, difference of opinion and that person does not want to, and not even that they don't want to, they cannot, they don't have the skills to do so. They don't have the intelligence to do so. They don't want to resolve any type of conflict you have and deal with it as it comes. That is a red flag. You are not going to be comfortable. If there things are going to keep coming up and if they don't get resolved, you two are going to start resenting each other. You hear me? You two are going to start resenting each other. And if he or she does not know how to deal with, issues that may arrive, whether or not you two are going to see counseling or something, it means that you guys are not ready for each other, and it's okay. It's okay. Why would you stay with the person if you know you're always going to have unresolved issues? If you can't sit together and talk about it. Right, sis? Respect is a huge thing. Oh, I missed some of Vibrant's comment. Let me go back up here. Wait. Wait, what? Wait. If they ask to borrow money, girl, I'm not going to say you can't support your spouse because I've done so before and not like it's not like a big thing. But if you know that the person is good and they sometimes things happen. It depends on the situation. But I'm not talking about a scrub here. I'm talking about if this person has a business or this person has money flowing all the time and maybe something happened. Let us say their card got stolen or lost. Simple situations, or if they something got tied up. I can understand that. But do not think you're getting somebody who's going to always be giving you their money like that. I am not taking care of you. You are going to take care of me. Shoot. It doesn't work that way. But at the end of the day, if you're in a relationship, you guys can support each other, but we don't want the scrubs. We don't encourage that type of stuff. Go get Vibrant says go get a loan or do some overtime work. Okay. Get a second job. Better yet, get out. Byron says, better yet, get out. Okay. Immature if they can't resolve conflict or even attempt to resolve their conflict. If you can't find a resolution, let me help you. Bye. Okay, Vibrant. But okay, she says with a spouse it's different. Okay, she says she'll open the door for you. Okay. Vibrant says if I was married, I'd keep my get out of Dodge money and share the rest. You ain't getting my getaway stuff. Ooh, girl. Okay. Thank you, newbie. I'm feeling you, vibrant girl. Those are some red flags. If you'd like to tell me of any red flags that you've experienced in your relationship, some of the ones I spoke about, like the substance abuse, we've seen this even on here. I've seen that with what's his name? I just saw him today. Rob Rack. Look at Rob. We talk about substance abuse. He drinks so much. Earlier on today, he was talking about how he used to drink lean at first before he started, the alcohol. So he left one and he traded it for something else. And if you notice, his relationship seemed to be, almost non existent. And I saw his title to another live stream today. I'm not going to watch it though. He says he's going to stop drinking, but we'll see how that goes. But I just mentioned him to say that you have to be careful about dating someone with substance abuse issues. Vibrant, I still watch him sometimes. I don't stay too long though, because I can't listen to drunks just rambling on and on. And I got stuff that I do on a daily basis. I need my brain cells. My job requires me to use my brain. I This is why I limit the stuff I watch in here because I gotta use my brain for most of what I do during the day. I gotta think, I gotta be creative. I got work to do. Let me see. She says, I do listen occasion, but I can't. Yeah, he needs to get it together. He really does. He really does. He needs to comb his hair. He needs to at least glimpse in the camera a time or two to see if, the spittle is at, the side of his mouth and stuff, the corners of his mouth. And I just hope one day he finds, the peace he needs or the help he needs. I'm hoping somebody helps him or he listens to somebody one day, you know, and get the help he needs because it's not helping him. Byron says he's never going to get it together. I'll wish for the best for him. Being positive. And I've seen on here, um, relationships where people are cool one day and then the next moment they're not cool anymore, and the other partner comes on YouTube spilling, you know, their guts about the other person, and then they're back together tomorrow. That is a red flag right there. How are you with someone and you love someone, and the moment they upset you, you act on impulse and you come out on here? Yeah, my day comes, Vibrant, and everything you've ever wanted to say about that person, you say it out on another person's platform, cuss them out, and all of that shit. There are so many examples of red flag relationships on this here app. Um, it's a lot. Okay. Please like, share, and subscribe. We could use the situation with Lady Snoop, MU, and Don Cato as another red flag. There are so many things you could see. Once you see them, it's time to step away because you don't want to be in a toxic relationship. You want happiness. You know, you need happiness. I don't know. We have to see the red flags early. That's it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. All right, so we've highlighted a few red flags. I'm pretty sure there are many more. So we spoke about those males or females who have over controlling behavior. We've spoken about people with their inability to resolve conflicts together. We've spoken about red flag. Your partner is dishonest. There is nothing you could ever say to make me believe I can stick with you if you are a dishonest person. I am sorry. We've spoken about, if your partner or somebody you're dating has no empathy, you need to run away from that one. If there is any kind of abuse, violence, if it's emotional, sexual, physical, run away. Get away from them. Verbal, get away. Okay. If they have bad relationships with their family, that's a red flag. If they want to make you stay away from your friends and family, that's a red flag. If they lack emotional intelligence, I think I said that one. Substance abuse, that's a red flag. Gaslighting, that's a red flag. If they don't introduce you to their friends or family, that's a red flag. If you're dated and they want to move too quickly with you, that's a red flag. If they love bomb you, that's a red flag. If they are extremely jealous, that's a red flag. It's not normal, guys. Don't whatever you think, it is not normal. If they are highly critical of their exes, that's a red flag. Also, if they talk about their ex too darn much to you, that's a freaking red flag. You hear me? They can tell you everything their ex did, but they can't tell you what they did to break the relationship up. That's a red flag. Remember, guys, just as you stop at the stoplight, just as you stop at that red light in traffic or wherever you are, you know you're supposed to break up. Break up with whoever you're with once you see those red flags. You hear me? Once you see those red flags, do not stick around. What do? Never ignore the red flags. You hear me? If you notice something is wrong and it makes you feel a certain type of way, if it makes you feel some type of way deep down in your gut, it means you have to get away. It's your mind telling you to look out. It's your mind telling you to be careful. So you should never ignore the red flags. You hear me? Run for the hills. Okay. Run for the hills. Never ignore the red flags. Another thing, you should never settle. Okay. You should never settle. Once something disturbs your peace, you should try to end the relationship, seek help first if you can. Talk to that person about, what is making you uncomfortable. What is it that is disturbing your peace? And if you don't see any changes come around, it's time for you to go. Start making plans to go. The red means to pump your brakes. The red flag, the red light means pump your brakes. Do not continue in the relationship. All right. If you have already communicated to your partner that you're uncomfortable and you haven't seen any changes at all, it simply means you two are not compatible. Don't ignore the red flags. If it bothers you, deal with it. Pump the brakes. Do not continue driving that car. You heard me. Pump the brakes. And somebody has to get out of that car. Don't stick around hoping stuff changes. You can always find somebody else. In the same way you found that person, you can find somebody else. Always remember that. Okay? And that's that on that. Let me see. Ronnie says flag on the place. Sis says run. A filthy car. Okay, now I'm back to the chat. What are some red flags that I may not have mentioned? Vibrant Love says if there's a filthy car and they pick you up in that filthy car, run. Sis says she hates a dirty car. That's a red flag. If they come in a convertible and jump out without using the door, Vibrant, and they're shirtless, not shirtless. Don't even answer the door. Okay, Vibrant says go away. They may have borrowed that car. They may have leased that car, because they want to make an impression. Now, what are you going to do after the lease is up? What are you going to do after you've finished paying for that rental for a few days or weeks when and you have to show me the real you? You know, I don't have time for that shit. I do not have time for that. But Vibrant, not without shirt though. I got somebody in the back. I'm gonna make sure it is who I think. I am gonna keep my overlay up. Okay, I'm gonna let you up, but I'm gonna keep the overlay up until I hear you. Okay, let me find my overlay real quick. 1 second. 1 second, please. There are so many stuff on here. I need to delete some of them so I can pass through something real quick. I can't find one. Where are my overlays? Okay. You could stay.
What up, Carrie?
Hey, what's going on? It's you.
I
How
read
are you?
pretty good, pretty good. I read your title, and it's
Mhm.
very interesting. That the whole cheating situation, and everything is something that it's one of the worst feelings that a person that can go through. It's something that I would never wish on my worst enemies or wish it on someone, because I've seen it like happen at work, and I mean cheating happens everywhere, at home, at work, in
Mhm.
public. It happens everywhere. But I
So.
seen it firsthand, like at work. It's something else, like because I will be seeing female coworkers, even male
Mhm.
coworkers. They'll
Mhm.
be hitting on like other like fresh, newly hired employees, and
Mhm.
and I'm like, these guys are married. These women are married, and you never know if they're single or not. But watching them, like get off work, get picked up by their husband, knowing that you already saw like this lady, being with some other coworker, like in the back rooms and stuff. I'm like, wow, that's some messed up shit right there.
You're giving me ideas to do something on cheating next week. Okay. But have you been in a relationship and you notice any type of red flags and you decided I have to end this relationship? Have you ever been in a situation like that?
Actually, I haven't, and I'm lucky. Like hope I never will.
What?
Knock on wood. I hope knock on wood
What?
I never will.
You are going to tell me you've been on God's green earth for this long time and you've only been in one relationship?
I've actually been engaged twice. I've actually
So,
been engaged
okay.
twice.
So the first engagement that you had, it must have been something that caused you guys to break the engagement off. So
Well, we
that's
were moving
what
too
red.
fast. We were
Well,
moving
there,
fast.
there goes the red flag. That's a red flag right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a red flag. You found out you two were moving too fast
Hmm.
and decided to end the relationship.
Yep.
When
I mean, I
when you
still talk to her. I still talk to her and everything. I still talk to my second ex fiance. And but the whole cheating thing, I never like experienced it. Thank God. But I've seen other
okay.
people go through it, which is I'm like, but it's a necessary experience to go through that cheating situation because it would actually help the person develop and learn from their mistakes or learn from what they went through.
Okay, so you've actually been in two. Ooh, I'm being nosy. Okay, you said you've had two ex fiancés.
Yeah, and one I actually met through a cousin, and the second one I actually met through a dating app, which is why I'm like, there's a difference between meeting someone like in public, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's a difference between meeting someone in like a social media app or a dating platform. And I'm pretty sure there's probably like different like difference between cheating, like get cheated on with someone you met online. It's probably a little bit different, a little bit the same with being cheated on with someone that you met in public or through a family member and all that kind of stuff. But the I'm glad I haven't been cheated on. I'm glad. Now I don't wish it on no one and stuff.
It's not a good feeling, and you best
It's not.
believe
I
if
can totally
it's too
tell it's
good to
not.
be true, you also have to start doing your digging. Okay. Thank you,
Oh,
sis.
yeah. And I've seen it multiple times. And there's sometimes it's actually kind of funny when like, especially more like I've seen more men try to like justify their cheating. Because I mean, there's men that they get like all the women like right away. There's that type of dude, and I listen to these guys. I'm like they're trying to justify like that just because their chick got back at them, like they revenge cheating, and they try to say, well, she wasn't supposed to do that. And I try to like like, well, you did cheat on her and stuff. You hit on these women and stuff, and so like,
Hmm.
why are you like complaining about? So like this is actually like like little karma. But there are men and women that also like kind of think the same, that they think that, hey, you know what, I can only cheat, but my partner or my spouse can't. So it's kind of
That's the
dumb.
dumbest shit. That's the dumbest shit. Why would you think it's okay for you to be in a relationship with someone and it's supposed to be a committed relationship
Hmm.
and you are going to step out and cheat on that person, and then the spouse who finds out you cheated then decides to do revenge cheating? I'm like, what? You two just need to break up. Get
Yep.
over it. You're not
I mean,
compatible.
it's on like neither, like depends on the person. Like if you, let's say, I get with the woman and I know that she gets hit on, she's very flirtatious. I mean, I'm gonna become very jealous because that establishing a relationship isn't like, well, doesn't have that much of a strong like bond, because I'm just diving in head first. But if I know that this woman, it flirts a lot and stuff, it will end up cheating on me. So like, why would I still like bother being with her? Then all of a sudden I get cheated on, and so I have no right to complain because I decided to stay and still decided to get cheated on. So it's kind of dumb. So it's just
Right.
like, why waste someone's time
Hmm.
and just break up. But some people would love to experience it. I don't know. I think probably because they want to go through that experience and they want to share it with like some of their friends, or this
They
is
want
kind
to
of weird.
experience it. You think they want to experience it? Maybe they just want to be in a relationship so badly. They
Yep.
overlook these things. A lot of people, when they finally break up with someone, they'll start, reminiscing or looking back and be like, he used to do this or she used to do this, and why did she used to do that? So they actually, and when you hear them talking about it, you know that they saw the red flags in the first place. They saw them,
Mhm.
but they chose to
Yep.
ignore them. And now that you're broken up, you want to start pointing them out. But guess what? You saw them already. You know, never
That is true.
overlook these stuff. Never overlook these stuff because they always come back to bite you at some point in time.
Oh,
They always,
definitely, definitely, it will come back to haunt people and stuff. But
right.
it's like I said, this it's a necessary experience for everybody to go through, because
Mhm.
the more you try to like avoid it, or like let's say someone's in a relationship and they're trying to their best to keep like the happy wife is happy life, but no matter what, you're always gonna have to go through that situation, no matter what, because everybody has to go through it. And once you go through it, from what I've seen, people are very well prepared. I mean, I've seen people like crash out. I've seen people do some like outrageous things. I'm like, whoa. Like it even gets me afraid. I'm like, I wonder if I would also act the same, or like how would I feel? Like what kind? How would it
How
be
would
for
you
me?
respond? How would
Yeah,
you
like how would I
react?
respond? Yep.
If somebody cheats on, for me, if I get cheated on or disrespected in certain type of way, I don't even feel like you deserve a conversation, to be quite honest. You go and do your thing and I'll go do mine. That's just it. I,
Hmm.
I am not gonna respond to you the way you want me to. That's mm-mm.
And it's very rare for people to
Unnecessary
actually
energy.
still like be like in contact with each other, like move past it, like like people are adults, they have to act their age. It's very very rare for someone to actually see someone like that type of people around you, or like meet that type of person, because usually it's always like once you cheat on me, it's either a get back, I'm gonna cheat back on you, or sometimes it even leads to like to bad situations where like the wife ends up killing the husband, or like the husband, this stuff like that. That's why cheating is like something that you
Right.
shouldn't work like wish on your worst enemies, because you never know the outcome or of the situation what it caused.
Yeah, people just need to, respect their relationship enough to know that, okay, I decided to be in a committed relationship. I'm committing myself to this person and this person only. If you establish at the beginning of courtship that, you want to be in a monogamous relationship, we should
Hmm.
both respect each other enough to stay in one. And if you think you have to go out and be with other people, why not break the relationship off? Why do it while you're with the person? I don't know. It's just at the end of the day, it's just respect for me. It's
Yep.
people just have to be respectful of their partners. That's it. And I
Yeah,
don't
that's
I
right.
don't believe in that revenge cheating type shit because at the end of the day it doesn't make you any better than the person who
Yeah, it doesn't
cheated
make you any better. Like
on. Mhm.
it
You're
just makes
just
you
as
look even
bad as
more
the
bad.
person who cheated on you.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's it for today. I don't want to go over too long. I've
Hmm.
just planned to do an hour. Um, I appreciate you for coming up. I haven't seen you in a while, so means you've been busy.
Oh yeah, I've been putting a little bit of work in some other places,
Oh,
but yeah, I'm actually kind of like more interested in like these kind of conversations. Like, I mean, I don't know if you've heard of Dovey's Love Connection. I haven't been there in
yeah.
a bit. Um,
I've watched
that
a
it's
few.
like it's actually pretty interesting, because there's a lot of competition, and many people have their ways of like doing it, but in most of these dating shows or like type of segments, a lot of like topics can be addressed, like how to approach someone, how to establish trust, how to respond when being rejected, how to respond when being cheated on, like for example cheating on,
Hmm.
like a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot
People
of
go,
different topics can come out of that. I get what you're saying.
yeah, I
Maybe you
mean
should
it's
encourage
pretty
a few of your
interesting.
friends to go on that Dovey's dating show. That should be fun.
It's actually pretty. It's actually pretty fun. It's fun because the only thing is that people are kind of a little bit like shy. I mean, there you don't have to be shy, because one, you don't have to cam up. I mean, Dubby's paying
Okay, so your sound is going out. It's distorted. I
and
can't
all
hear
you have
you.
to do. Oh, like Dovey, she pays out of her own pocket to like set people up, like to date and everything. But it's just
What
all
does
up to
she
the person,
pay? What
huh?
does she pay? Who
Oh,
does
like
she
websites,
pay?
like websites for like to set up a profile. Let's say for like eHarmony, she will pay, and then for like if you want to like try to find someone, she will like hook you up and stuff and
Oh,
set up like
really?
a little virtual date. I mean, it's a pretty cool idea, but
Oh,
it's just people being.
I didn't know I didn't know that she did that part because I thought it was just, people from her other social media sites like, Facebook and stuff that came over. I didn't know. Okay.
Oh, no, no, WB putting in work too. I mean, recently I think it was Chat Rep that was up there with some other person, but I guess people started
I
like
saw
clowning
that
on her.
one.
But
Yeah, I
I'm
saw
like,
that one. I don't think Chat Rep was I think she was trolling cuz she wasn't really interested. Body
who
language says
knows?
it all and she plays around a lot too.
Who knows? Because I mean, like, she might probably look like if she was around, but who knows if she was actually trying to like find a date? Because the only thing that made her like probably like backtrack or like think twice is that people were clowning her. People were saying, "Oh, she doesn't like comb her hair." You know how people are fucking mean and shit. But I say,
Trust
hey, you know
me,
what?
there are times
You
she is strolling around and you don't know. Trust and believe. You hear me? There are
I
times when
mean,
she's strolling around. She may have seemed to you that she was serious, but I don't think she was though.
oh, yeah, but it's a pretty
She
cool
did it
segment.
for
It's a
fun.
it's a
Yeah,
pretty cool segment.
it is, and it could pick up too. So it should. Once she stays consistent with it, it should pick up. It's cool. It's something different to watch. Something different that entertains us and stuff. So it's cool. I watch it when I can.
Yeah, me too. Like I try to like I sometimes drop in the chat, but I'll be doing something else. I'm like, I'll probably catch up like next live stream or something. But it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny though. It's pretty cool though too.
Right. So you're gonna have to you're gonna find that there are different channels that offer different things, and it's nice to just support other people who have different content to offer. And for me, when I go over there and watch that, I go over there and I get a good chuckle or two, especially when there's a communication barrier some of the times, and you some of I call it antics, some of the
No, but
stuff
I
they
do believe
especially that chat
I
rep
do
does.
believe
It's
I do believe Dovey will end up having like probably like
She's
two
gonna
or
get
five.
different audiences. A different
Yeah.
audience is gonna start, coming to her channel too. You're gonna notice that because if I don't know if you watched Kiki, female Kiki, do you remember her?
Uh, the one with
Do you,
Octavius Prime.
right. Do you
Oh
notice
yeah,
that she started doing different content and then,
yeah.
it started to
Mm-hmm.
attract different subscribers and stuff? You barely hear about anything she does in the view sector anymore. So, if Dovey continues doing that, she'll have a different audience that comes by, and who knows where her channel will grow to, where it'll
Yep.
go. Because Kiki's in a whole different sector right now, whole different sector, doing other interviews and different stuff. So people don't really be talking about her in the beef sector anymore. And in the same way, I just used her as an example because in the same way, Dovey, if she continues with that show, she may end up, having a different audience and her channel may be going in a different direction. I've seen the same thing with V Lenore too, and
Oh,
her
for
channel
real?
is growing tremendously. Not a dating
Okay.
show, but she does her
No, yeah.
interviews and stuff, and commentary on different things, and her channel it's growing, garner different supporters, different subscribers outside of the beef sector, and it's flourishing from what I see. So it's good when people have different content to offer.
Yeah, no, you know who surprised me a lot was T Lounge. I think it was during when like the whole Wendy Williams documentary was coming out. I saw
Mhm.
that she was live, and I checked it out, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, what am I watching here? And I didn't
Mhm.
know there was T Lounge. She had like a teleprompter, like she was actually like in a studio, like actually delivering some good, like some good content. I still couldn't
Oh,
believe it. I was like, I was like, is that really T Lounge? I was like, yeah, this is some great content right here. Man, she, she was actually addressing, like, because the whole Wendy Williams situation is actually pretty sad, and
Mm-hmm.
everything that she was saying, I actually agreed because I'm like, you know what, that's some like messed up shit. Like, I mean, Wendy Williams can't even, for example, she's another example of cheating. Like her husband cheated on her, tried to
That's a
like,
good example.
that's
She
that's
also
a good
saw the
example.
red flags too. She saw those red flags, but she did not pump her brakes early enough.
And not only that, but like
It's quite
when
unfortunate her situation right now, though. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
it's
Go
like
ahead.
the conservatorship. She can't even trust anyone, and
Right.
but that's a
Can't
T
get
Lounge.
access to her money and stuff.
Yeah, but T Lounge
For all.
delivers some great content. She delivers some great content. I was like, oh shit, I'm actually look forward to every live stream because, I mean, she had her studio, like there's a teleprompter and like she's actually like, delivering like the way I was like, oh shit, I imagine. But shout out to T
Mhm.
Lounge. Shout out to T Lounge.
MST Velocity also has good discussions too, so I like watching her too. So there are quite a number of people who have different things to offer, and I enjoy a variety of stuff, not just beef sect related material. But I gotta go.
All
I
right, Carrie.
gotta go. Gotta wrap this up, and I appreciate you for clicking the link. I really do,
Yeah,
and
no
I
problem.
hope yes, I hope to see you in the next live stream.
Yeah,
I'll have
just
another
just
topic.
title the video, and I'll be there and stuff, ready for like with some notes and everything to contribute.
Okay. Alrighty. I appreciate you. See you
All right, Carrie.
sometime later. Okay. Bye. Okay. So that was Young MIA. I appreciate everyone who passed through. Shout out to those who are watching on the replay. Shout out to those who took the time out to comment in the chat. Thank you, Ronnie Q. Thank you, Newbie. Thank you, Sis. Thank you, Vibrant. Thank you to everyone who passed through. Auntie Donna was here earlier on, and everyone who came through. Thank you for giving your opinions on the topic, and I'll see you when I see you. Remember, guys, do not at any time pretend you don't see those red flags. Do not. The red flags are things that makes you stop. It makes you address certain behaviors, and it indicates that your partner is not the right one for you. Okay? All right, guys. I got to go. I really do. I appreciate you all. It was nice talking to you. Um Strictly, you are up in the clouds. Hey, Strictly. This person is still clicking my link. I would have said something a while ago, but I am trying to make good with God. Um, I am not gonna allow you to tell. To, I am not going. I am trying to be right with God. This one person is clicking the link in the back. Click the link. Click it. Click back the link. Click it. Click the link again. Click it. Me and wait upon you. Click it. Come back. Let me stand you up under your mama. Anywho, all right, guys, I'll be good. Have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for kicking. Thank you so. I should not have said that. Thank you so much for stopping by to Kick Back with Carrie. We'll be doing this at least once per week, okay? Because there are other things to do in life, okay? Let me hear what you have to say. Bye.